and gentlemen, I thought tonight we could take 3 of the most impressive drills on the market today and test them out. But we're not going to test in traditional fashion. On the contrary, we're going to test in, well, SoAlz style, as this particular unit has a secret. And that secret is it can either be cordless or corded. So we're going to test it both ways, but we also want to test it as a corded unit up against the dewalt and the Milwaukee, just to kind of see how it'll do, how it'll perform. I know this is a little unconventional, but that's what makes it interesting, and that's why we're going to do it. Of course, we're going to end the night with my favorite test, which is the torque test. Yes, you are the first one here, and congratulations. Thanks for being here. Good evening. Howdy, Wilderness Preacher. So my favorite test, in case you did not know, is taking a 5/8 by 12-inch lag with a torque meter. And we're going to test this guy with the battery adapter on, because I don't think I've ever seen it before. Please, what? What's up, man? It's Dizzy Lean, man. This is my tool page. Oh, sweet. Yeah, if I get a chance, I'll check it out. So how is everyone doing tonight? Are you all interested in this? Again, it's basically going to be Metabo against dewalt and Milwaukee and against itself. Should be interesting. I just have to plug in the adapter first, and hopefully I didn't get it too awful tangled, because I don't use this thing very often. And you'll see why as I untangle it. Like, I mean, the battery on it's fairly sizable just by itself, but then you add in this heavy-duty cord. It's it gets up there. It's definitely a pull on the old weight. But let me just get that plugged in. I thought we'd take a few minutes, let people get in here. Since it's a flex volt, I've got the flex volt battery charging right now, but the power stack battery is actually better for the performance of the tool than the flex volt battery. So we're going to test it both ways as soon as it's done charging. But I want to see what this tool right here, the Metabo, can do as its cordless option. Now it does have a 4 amp hour battery with it. Well, this is a 2.5. I've got the 4 sitting right here. So we're going to test it out. And the first test I want to see, because this is really going to tell us kind of the story. 2.5 amp hour battery, can it sink a 1.5 inch Irwin speed bore bit on high speed and in drill mode? I've gotten better results with flex volt. Cool. I haven't. So there you go. Okay, it'll go in, it will not come out. Had to put it in low speed to get it to come out. That's interesting. Now we're going to put the 4 amp hour battery on there. Again, fully charged, just to show you. This was also fully charged. Going to go right behind where that one was. Oh. Well, I had it in low. It buries it. Using a hole saw, okay. As you can see, it will not do it in high speed. It will not come out. Oh, I want to keep that. We're going to release the Kraken now. And we're going to go corded on the Metabo. Now, I understand that this looks odd with the cord hanging out of the front. I do wish they had made it out of the back, but it is what it is. I'm going to go right where the other one was. High speed. It cannot come out in that high speed. I gotta get it to come back first, and then I can switch it down to high speed. I could have done it on either of the battery options. But yeah, this tool seems to be performing at a very high level. It is a 36 volt when it is cordless. As a corded option, it's obviously 120 volts. Team DeWalt. Okay. Let's see how the DeWalt does doing the same thing. Because we have Metabo in high speed, we're going to have DeWalt also in high speed. Speed 3, drill mode, fully charged, 5 amp hour power stack battery. If you have questions or comments that you want me to see, because we're going to have a lot of people in here tonight, I'm going to ask you to do a super chat because it highlights them. Then I'll be able to see them easier. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm pretty easy to get along with. So speed 3 for the DeWalt. The DeWalt cut out right at the end. The Metabo kept spinning when it got to the bottom, but the DeWalt cut out. DeWalt cannot take itself out in high speed. I'm going to try it in 2. Took a couple of pumps, but it did get it out into rigid replaces the obet. I'm a rigid guy myself, so. But now, I think for the big boy on the block, we're going to try the Milwaukee again, doing the exact same test the other two just did, the exact same way. So, speed 2, drill mode, fully charged, 6 amp hour forged battery. Colton, I'm sorry if you think you have to hold your tools like a bitch. We're men here. We hold our tools like men. You might hold your tools like you're holding a purse. Gonna go right behind where DeWalt went. Kept spinning. Milwaukee, only one that could take it out in its highest speed setting. That is not saying that Milwaukee is stronger than the other two. It's just an observation. So now what we're going to get to do, I'm going to change out the wood. We're going to bring in a different test because I saw somebody say hole saw. So we are going to bring in oh shit. We're going to bring in a 2x4, well, a 2x6. And we're going to try the Metabo with a 2-inch Diablo speed bore bit. And there's the 2-inch right there. Now, here's the question to you guys. Do I try to turn it this way so you can see if it'll go through? Or do you want me to do it this way so that it just pokes out when it's done, if it can do it? It doesn't matter to me. Orange tools all day. All right. I'm with you. The first way. So turn it. Not a problem. We're on wheels over here. And because we turned it, I am going to try to get you guys in a little closer to the action. Whoa! So we're still in high speed. We are still in drill mode, and we still have the cord on this. The wood split. Now I've got to get the core out of there. So hold on. We're just going to pinch it back. Whoop. Just going to pinch it back real quick. I know I've got some. This will work. I hope. Come on. Oh, it's really stuck on there. Might have just ended that test real quick. Because normally you just pop this sucker back and it comes right out. But she's stuck on there. So I apologize to you. Instead of watching me struggle to get that out, we're just going to move on to the next. Sorry about that. The guy blows you away. Hope he's not a Makita guy. So we have some Spax screws. They are 3/8 by 6 inches. I think they can go through this without any trouble. Yeah, they'll stick out the bottom. Why don't we go to 2x6s? I just got to turn everything around. I apologize to you guys. I was hoping that last test would last a little bit longer. Oh, and it just so happens that I've got some brand new 2x6s right here. There's that. Here's one clamp. There's one clamp. There's the other. Whoever told me to do this sort of thing live is out of their gourd. So I apologize on that last test. Kind of is what it is. I don't think any of them are going to have any trouble with this, no matter how we do it. And I'm all right with that. Where are you, you bastard? Let me see. Perfect. Who's got a clock? You want to time this for me? Sorry. What a horrible view you guys have. Whoop. All right. Oh, I think Harbor Freight. Okay. So brand new pressure treated 6x6, 2 of them. Corded Metabo up. My finger is still on the trigger. It cut itself out. So that's the 2.5. I want the 4. If it did that, so again, high speed drill mode. Now it has, it's 1 bar down, which is funny because I just took it out the charger. I'm not sure if you guys can see this or not. Let me get this out of the way. Low speed. But as you can see, with a battery, it sent it all the way. That is interesting. Let's see how the Milwaukee does. We're going to try to stay in the same area. As a matter of fact, we're going to go right next. So again, speed 2, drill mode, fully charged 6 amp hour forged battery, right next to where the Metabo just sent it. Full, easy. And I let up on the trigger. It did not cut out. Let's try the dewalt 5 amp hour power stack battery. We're going to try it in speed 3. If it can't do it in speed 3, we'll go down to 2, because this does have the advantage of having 3 different speed modes. So speed 3, drill mode, fully charged 5 amp hour power stack battery, right next to the Metabo. Boom. Perfect. Again, I cut it out. It did not cut itself out. Takes it out in speed 3, no trouble. Let's see if the Metabo can take its own out. Again, we're going to be in speed 3. Or actually, we're going to be in high speed and in drill mode for this. No trouble. None whatsoever. Maybe thinks that there might be a knot hidden somewhere in that first one. I don't know. Milwaukee, no trouble at all. So if it's like that for a 6-inch specs, what if we go slightly larger to a 3/8 by 8-inch specs? And we'll go up another size from this before we get into the big stuff. All right, we'll do Milwaukee first because it's sitting there. We're going to move up to where the corded version failed. So speed 2, drill mode, blah, 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 fully charged, 6 amp hour, 40 battery, blah. So we're going to go literally right next to where the Metabo failed. And you can see finger is still on the battery or on the trigger. It got it down, but it did struggle a bit. See if it can take it out. Cannot take it out in speed 2, so we'll drop her down to 1. That's my fault. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, okay. So the Milwaukee did do it. We're going to try DeWalt next. We're going to go same exact area. Brand new spec screw. Newer used. These aren't getting a lot of abuse, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, speed 3, drill mode, fully charged, 5 amp hour flex volt battery. I'm going to try to get in that same area. My finger is still on the trigger. It did not do it in speed 3. I'm going to see if it'll take it out, even though it's not flush. And we'll try replant it. Cannot do it in speed 3. Takes it out, no trouble in speed 2. Same area. Actually going to move it away so it doesn't go into that other hole. Speed 2. It cut itself out, but it hit as soon as it cut out, so perfect. It's kind of what you want. That was great. And now we're going to do the Metabo, but we're going to put the cord back on it to see if maybe, if given another chance, it can perform. Ugh. And again, we have a 3/8 by 8 inch. It is in high speed. It is in drill mode. It's corded. So let's see. Finger is still on the trigger. It left it a good ways proud. It's just the 2.5. Yeah, I don't want that guy. Well, would you look at that? I just happen to have another one. So we're going to go literally right next to it. Actually, going to move it over just a smidge. High torque, high speed, and the battery seems to be doing better than the corded version, which is interesting. Okay. Cannot take it out in high speed. Let's see if it'll take out this one. No. So we'll kick it to low. And honestly, I think the DeWalt had the easiest time, but it had the easiest time in speed 2. If you guys really want to get freaky, I can show you one that'll do this very fast. So I'm going to grab it. And we're going to try it. The flex volt battery is charged, by the way. So we're already running into the issue of this being beyond the capabilities of these tools or at the maximum capability of these tools right now. Okay. So I have the flex. I've got my handy 3/8 by 8-inch lag screw or spac screw. Speed to drill mode. This is a standard 5 amp hour battery. It is not lithium pouch cell. And just like the others, finger is still on the trigger, but it got it all the way down. So only Flex and Milwaukee were able to take it out in high speed, in speed 2. So that's pretty impressive. Now I've got to grab, because we're going to move it up just a bit, I have to grab a socket. And an adapter. Well, maybe. Let me see if I've got what I need on this. Oh, look. It's a Makita thing. Here we go. It's a little big, a little small. I tried. I tried to get Makita involved in this shit, but it's Makita, and Makita is just, well, shit. And if that hurts your little pussy, too bad. Do 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 do. Oh, too small. Maybe 3/4, 11/16. Sorry, just trying to find the right socket size. There we go. So this, my friends, is a 5/8. And I believe it's only 6-inch lag. But here, I'll just do this, the lag. Should be easy, should be fun. We'll do the Milwaukee first, just because it was the first one I saw. Hey, Kansas, what's up, man? Okay. So, speed 2, drill mode. Fully charged, 6 amp hour forged battery. This is for all the people that say you can't do this with a drill. Speed 2, no go. Switch it over to speed 1. If you're going to do something like this, either put the auxiliary handle on or use your left hand to drive. And I actually think we broke this because you could hear the popping of it, but the drill will drive it. So all the way in full. Now this is going to be a pain. to bring it out. That was the anti-kickback. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use an impact wrench to take it out. You guys enjoy this sort of thing. It doesn't hurt to hit the like button. What impact will I use? Always the question. Actually, it's not, because I always use the same one. I have the DeWalt and I have the rigid, and I end up grabbing the rigid. Not because I like it or think it's better. It's actually because it's much more convenient to use it. All right. So we saw the Milwaukee. It did it. That seems to be fine. Let's try the DeWalt now. Because we know the DeWalt struggled so much with the last one, which was much smaller. We are going to keep a smaller one, or we're going to start this out in speed 2. So speed 2, drill mode, fully charged 5 amp hour power stack battery. Going right next to the Milwaukee. My finger is still on the trigger. It does not appear to have gotten it down as far as the Milwaukee had in speed 2. That's okay. That would be amazing if it had. There we go. It's almost there. And it is down. Quick, fast, and easy for the DeWalt. Really like to see that. I am going to do one thing before I continue. Yep. Cover your ears. And now we did that. So that only leaves us the Metabo corded drill. If you're just joining us and you're looking at it and you're going, that's got a battery on it, you're a liar. Well, deal with it as we swap the battery out for the cord. The cord actually gets in the way because of the battery placement or the way it's designed. Whew, that sucker's still warm. But there you can see, we're going to have it in high mode. We're going to have it in drill mode. So it's going to produce maximum torque on this. We're going to go right next to DeWalt. That is by far the worst. And just to find out how bad it could be, we've got the same lag, same area, but this time we used a battery on it. Overload protection right there. So it cannot sink it either way. in high torque. I am going to move this one out of the way. If you ever watch me use the drill, you'll notice I always have one hand up here and then one hand here. When I'm going in, it's always on my left side because it's going to rotate the drill into my ribs or into my body. I will not get hurt if I'm using a drill this way. What I should be doing is when I go out, I should be switching hands and using my right hand to come out for the same reason. So yes, indeed, kind of a surprise. It did take it all the way down with the cord in speed 1, which is promising because it barely got the last one down. And then we're just going to come back here to our friend with the battery. I gotta be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna get it out because we buried the shit out of it. As you can see, the battery on this tool is better than the cordless or the corded option. And if that's what you came to find out, I believe that is definitive. Now in multiple tests, as the last one, it got it down and then cut out. This one literally didn't cut out until it was sunk. So there you go. I think that's pretty impressive. What do you guys think? We'll try to get it out. But if it stays in, I don't care. No bite. It's not going to bite on the other one at all. You could just see it spinning. So that's all the time it takes to see if a corded tool can keep up with modern cordless tools. And while a lot of you guys want me to go to the store and buy like a bunch of other brands and whatnot, I have over 50 tool brands. The 850 is not amazing. It's only mid. 3/8 for that with an adapter. I don't. I use a drill for fasteners of this size because I know a secret. You would never, ever use an impact driver with anything this big. And why? Because you would need a pilot hole. Because you are only going to carry so much weight on your belt. You are not going to carry two tools. You're not going to carry an impact wrench, hardly ever. You're not going to carry an impact driver if you got the drill. If you know what you're doing, you're only going to carry the drill. Thank you, Comment Z. So did you guys like this? Was it informative? Was it fun? Tell me how I came to life. Like as a YouTube channel? Oh, that's an interesting story. So I was about 3 years ago. I've been retired now for a little bit, probably 6 years now. About 3 years ago, I was watching YouTube and I caught a channel called The Den of Tools, which I call the Den of Fools. I was watching them and they said that Bauer, which at the time, Bauer did not have a brushless option. It only had this garbage brushed option. So I don't know what the hell happened there. But I was watching the Den of Tools and they said that Bauer had the same power and performance as rigid and cobalt. Well, I own those tools. So I was like, well, screw this. Let's find out if that's true. And what did we find out? Well, the bear lied. So that's how we started the channel. Since I don't know if you guys are still with me or not, we're going to end it right here. So for all you Makita guys out there, blow them like you know them. And for the rest of you, manscape like you landscape. If you trim your bush,